Yo, what's poppin', y'all? It's your boy Stacks, and I'm back at you with another episode of Grew Up Inside. As always, first and foremost, appreciate everybody viewing my videos, tuning into the music and all that shit. Appreciate it. Everyone that's been rocking with me since day one, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate it. If you guys haven't done it yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button with the little notification bell. That way, every time I drop a video, episode, anything like that, you can get notified and view it first. Today, what I'm going to talk about is fighting over handball. You know what I'm saying? And when you're locked up, doing time or whatever, there's millions, tons of fucking reasons on why you can get into a fight. You know what I mean? The dumbest shit half the time, too. But today, I'm specifically going to speak on the fact of getting into fights over handball, which I've seen happen a lot, and also I've gotten into some fights myself over handball. But one in particular that I'm going to speak on today, because of how it happened, you know, it was just funny, and then how it went down, it's just a crazy story, you know what I mean? So I figured I'd jump on here today and break that down. So what happened was, man, we was on the handball court just chilling. Everyone was playing and shit like that, and I was on the sideline, and what happened is I had called next for the game, you know what I mean? So a little bit of time passes, you know what I mean? They run their game to 21 or whatever, or 11, whatever we were playing to at the time, and the game is done, you know what I mean? They finish, someone wins, so I come onto the court, and I'm warming up, you know what I mean? Because I had just got done my workout, and I just wanted to warm up, right? So as I'm warming up, some dude says, "Oh, come on with that punk ass, pussy ass warm up shit." Blah 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 blah. Starts running his mouth. I'm like, "Punk ass, pussy ass warm up shit." Blah, blah, blah. He just looked at me out of nowhere and goes, "What? You want to go in the cell and fight about it?" Like, for no reason, basically. You know what I mean? Like, all I was doing, I was warming up. You know what I mean? Just chilling, and then he says, "Come on with that pussy ass warm up shit." I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "What? You want to fight?" So what I'm assuming is he had already had a fucking bad day before that or something, right? So I'm like, all right, it is what it is. Let's go. So he took off and said, pew, towards the cell. In the midst of that, medication got called to the pod, right? And as I said in some of my previous videos, when medication comes, everybody got to lock in. And then they do one tier come out at a time, and then that tier locks in, the next tier come out, right? So we ended up having to wait. Like, he called me out, I accepted, and then we had to wait, I say, a solid hour before we could even fight. So, like, anybody that's ever been in a situation like that, getting called out, you're like, all right, well, what's up? You know, your adrenaline starts going. So you sitting there chilling for a whole hour, you know, it kind of calms down a little bit, in a sense, you know what I mean? Or it could be the opposite. You sitting over there pumping yourself up for a fucking hour, ready to smash someone's face in. Which, in the case, that's what I was doing. But for him, it kind of, you know, boiled down a little bit, right? So about an hour goes by, and I said to my cellie, I said, yo, look, I'm not even going to press the issue. It's something retarded to fight about. So I'm going to just go over here and do this, right? So I'm playing checkers with one of my homies. And sure enough, homeboy came walking up to me like, yo, what's up? You trying to go in the cell and see me? Right? And I'm like, all right, so let's go. Fuck it. Right? So fucking we walk into the cell, and I walk in first. He follows me, right? And when he comes in, he's like, yeah, man, you talking shit. Like something, right? So I'm like, close the door. Close the door. So he turned around, closed the door. And when he turned back around, I'm like, you ready? And I squared up. And I'm like, you sure? He said, yeah. He said, bing, bing. Just started teeing on him. And when I cracked him, he tried to grab me. And when he grabbed me, he only had a hold of like my left arm and my body to my body, but my right was free. So like there's a desk in there, and he had me like sitting up against the desk, pushed against the wall. And he was like trying to take me down. But as he's doing it, I'm giving him like a jackhammer of uppercuts, like bam, 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 just lighting his shit up. And then finally, somehow I spin him over, and he still didn't let me go. So I crack him with a headbutt. Bang! And he didn't let me go yet. So I hit him again. Draw back real far and cracked him. Bang! Caught him with another headbutt. And then he let me go. I fucking hit him with an uppercut and a couple kidney shots. And then by that time, my homie, I ain't even going to say his name, but my homie came in and broke the fight up. You know what I mean? And I said, I would have fucking killed you, bruh. Right? and this is something that's funny that I found out later. And the boy was bleeding. Shit was all lumped up, right? And then I found out later, because his celly was somebody that knew me from the street, right? So dude's in there talking shit how he's gonna fuck me up the whole time, right? So his celly tells him, like, yo, bro, look, when you go, I know you tough, whatever, but when you go in there fighting, be careful. I know that he boxed. I know that he was going in gloves, this and that. And dude's all like, man, my hands are registered weapons and I'm going to fuck him up. They call me cop killer, blah, 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 blah. And he came in the cell and didn't even get one punch off. Because as soon as he came at me, I caught him with a two-piece. Bing, bing. Right away, he said, ooh. Grabbed me. I started litting this shit. Spun him over, caught him with the medieval headbutt twice. Bow, bow. So his shit was leaking everywhere, and everybody was all hyped up about that shit because, like, he had at least 35, 40 pounds on me on top of everything. You know what I mean? Like, that's one thing about me. I never been the biggest, but I always be quick to fight because I know how to use these, right? And I don't even be, like, bragging about it. I'm not even trying to boast or nothing because, for real, jail and all that shit is retarded. I just speak on it, you know what I mean, for entertainment purposes only. You know what I mean? So, anyway, the next day comes, and then fucking medication comes back around to the pot again, right? And dude gets medication. So what he did, because his shit was lumped, you know what I mean, this shit was lumped up, he put a bunch of fucking like lotion and like cortisone cream all over his face because he had like bruises on his face, and then he wore a towel over his head for the fucking like the next 2 days after that and shit, right? And then, like, you know, right after we got done fighting or whatever, he went and cleaned himself up because he was leaking. I had blood on my bed, blood on my floor, you know what I mean? We was talking about that shit for like 2-3 days after that because the fact of the matter is he called me out. And the way that it went down, everyone was sleeping on me, basically, and thought that he was going to fuck me up. You know what I mean? And he ended up getting his ass beat, like, bad. You know what I mean? I pounded the shit out of him. And it was funny, just, you know, it's like a karma thing. You know what I mean? So, like, right after we got done fighting, he came up, you know what I mean? And we squashed it, whatever. We shook hands and shit like that. And he's like, yeah, you know, man, I just ain't no bitch. And I'm like, I'm not no bitch neither. You know what I mean? Like, he's, yeah, I ain't no bitch. I ain't no bitch neither. Like, fuck is you saying? You know what I mean? And that was just one of the many times. The same guy that I got into a fight with that day actually fought someone else over fucking handball. And he got knocked out that time too. And I'm gonna tell that story real quick too. So it was another time we was on the handball court, right? And they was playing, going back and forth, hard as shit, talking shit to each other. Oh, fuck you, pussy, blah, 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 blah. Somewhere along the line, suck my dick got brought up, right? So he ended up telling the dude, yo, suck my dick. He said, what? And then they went over into the little blind spot of the, what we're in at the time is the urban yard. Basically, it's just a cement walls with the roof that's made out of fence. The roof is a fence and shit. You can see out. So they're arguing and shit, and then they ended up going over into the corner, and the old head, this time he got beat up by an old head. The old head probably like, I'd say 45, 47. Dude's in his 30s. The guy that I fought. Old head ended up lighting him up. Squared up with him. Bing, bing, bing. Body shot. Uppercut. Left hook. Dude went out. He hit the wall. Boom. And slid down the wall. The funniest fucking knockout ever that you will ever see, bro. Funniest fucking knockout that you ever see. Like, they're standing there, two old heads fighting, and then like 2 or 3 days after that, he was walking around, oh, my ribs got broken. So you walk around calling yourself cop killer, calling out people smaller than you and older than you, you getting beat up both times. You know what I mean? It's just funny. And like I said, man, I'm not trying to glorify it any way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? Shit happened, so it happened. I'm going to speak about it. It's for entertainment purposes. You know what I mean? So, again, man, if you guys haven't done it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down there with the notification bell. That way, every time your boy drop a new video, you can watch my shit first. You know what I mean? Keep subscribing. Let's get this shit up to 1K. You know what I mean? And that way I can start doing some more shit. I got some interviews and stuff lined up. and I'll be able to start going live and stuff like that. So if you guys are enjoying it, man, subscribe. And don't be shy to like it, leave a comment and all that, man. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. You know what I'm saying? So till next time. You.